how many people set New Year's resolutions every year around their health?
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Every year someone sets something.
I looked it up today. 74, and I honestly feel like that number's probably should be higher.
Higher.
Now, when you look at that, how many do you think actually like reach, rock, and maintain it? Like they complete their resolution that they set in front of them before the new year?
20%?
It's 9%. 9%.
This is my point.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we setting them? Hey ladies, pull up a chair. It's about to get real. So have you ever had a crazy, insane idea and you let it slip out of your mouth and who you share it with has the same crazy, insane idea? Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Jamie Summers and this is my girl, Mo. And we decided to come together and just real talk, real women, like sifting through the noise of everything, so over all the hype crap out there. We've been in the fitness and nutrition industry for how long?
975 million years.
Don't we look good? Like 41 years old, in the best health of our life, doing the simplest thing we've ever done. And it's so well-rounded. And I feel like a lot of women don't have that space where they have the raw, they have the real, they have the truth. Like they have the people that see them and they're not talking through them just to try and get a sale or just trying to, I don't even know. Like I don't know. So Mo, why don't you tell them what we are coming together to do? It's going to be good.
It's so good.
Hype them up, girl.
I'm super excited. We are coming together. We're going to rock this podcast style. You can join us on YouTube. You can join us in our free community on Facebook. But really taking this sisterhood of the ladies' room, and we are going to chat it up in the ladies' room together and talk about real stuff and plow through the noise and the distraction that truly is robbing women in their lives of joy, of freedom, of excitement to live. I feel like it's such a stressful topic, our health and wellness. There's so many buzzwords constantly as a woman. How do you keep up? How do you keep up with, you got cortisol belly. Oh no, your hormones are off. Oh my gosh, you're in perimenopause now. And you're constantly swirling. We've been there. And as busy moms, the heart is to plow through that. And the first place we're going to start is New Year's resolutions, because we think they are BS. I think that they set you up to fail. I think that they set you up to be frustrated. I think that they are actually robbing you of confidence, and it's such a roller coaster. And we'll talk about how many people actually complete them versus how many set them. And, as we step back, we're like, this is so stupid. Let's burn them. Let's burn the New Year's resolution. How about if you walk with us and you can get to the point where we are, where you never have to set a New Year's resolution around your health and wellness again. You never have to look for another program or another hard or another challenge or another medication to get you the result that you're looking for, because you can walk with us and you can learn a very simple, the way you were designed to function way that brings you joy. It takes the confusion out. It's not stressful. And a community of women that are doing it and supporting each other. Okay,
so I don't know if you've noticed, but Mo done floated away. Like her computer died. Our first day of like, you know what? We're doing this. We're pressing play. We're rocking this whole podcast style. There are women out there that I wish and Mo wishes that would say the things when we were in our struggle bus of trying to figure it out. And Mo, mid-sentence, her computer died. But we're not going to let the message die. So what you're going to see here is us we have no notes. I have a couple stats that I wanted to bring to today, but literally this is all I was working with. That is it. And it is from the heart. And it is just nothing but raw, real truth. And I'm so honored to be doing this alongside her. We have known each other forever, it seems like. And it's just the integrity that she runs with, matched with the integrity that I run with. It is just like, I think she's my sister from another mister. I'm not even kidding. There's just so much that it's who we are, what we stand for, and what we believe. And yeah, I'm so pumped and so excited and so honored to be doing this alongside her, alongside all of you that are going to choose to press play and really just grow this sisterhood, grow this community, and sift through the noise together. You know, there are a lot of things that we're going to break down. So we talked about we're going to be burning those resolutions. So our first series of this podcast style is going to be called Burn the Resolutions Blueprint. So have fun listening to us, just chat it up, and we'll see you on the next one.
Who else has actually stopped and thought about, why am I making a New Year's resolution and about my health again? Because I feel like I have to. Like,
right. It's what we're supposed to do, right?
Right. But why? And that was kind of where I mean, I don't really make New Year's resolutions around health anymore. I don't even know.
I would say anymore. Yeah.
I don't even know if personally I ever have. I definitely know, the more I've thought about this, like I'm much more of, well, maybe I haven't always been this way. I haven't thought about it long enough, but I know this about myself now. I am not like, oh, a holiday's coming, I'm gonna like blow it and get back on.
Right.
Or, oh, the weekend's here, like I'm gonna have all this like stuff and then get back onto my plan. I am very much, and I know not everybody functions this way, or at least people tell me they don't, but I'm very much like, today is my day. I don't know if I'm gonna have tomorrow, and Thanksgiving's gonna be awesome, but I give myself that room. I know you say like 80-20.
Yeah.
Ever since giving myself room to have the quote unquote bad food, I've desired the bad food less and less and less.
Right.
And so for me, I haven't set a New Year's resolution around health and wellness for like so long, because it's not a new year to me. It's just another day. Like, if that makes sense.
So good.
You know,
yeah.
I'm just like moving through my life, and it's like, this is another day that I was given, and I'm gonna, you know, I celebrate my anniversary. I do all that. Like, I'm not saying I don't celebrate any days, but I don't celebrate them in the way where I feel like we've been conditioned to do, especially in the diet world, where it's like, oh my gosh, it's your anniversary, it's your birthday, it's New Year, it's right. Christmas, it's Thanksgiving. Like, don't start a diet until Thanksgiving's over. Like, I don't do that. I just eat well, and then I budget, you know, like play around with it. And I found for myself personally, I don't even want that stuff anymore, because I don't feel good eating it.
Right. Well, I definitely feel like when you look at that, I like that you say, like, it's just another day. It's not, I'm not focused on the new year. It's just another day.
Yeah.
But if you look at, like, if you take a step back, like, the only time in your life you're ever going to have control over is the now. So why do we wait on Monday? Why do we give so much like ownership to our best life, to tomorrow, to Monday, to after the holiday, to, oh, it's New Year's resolution, I guess I should make one, right? Like, why do we wait? Like, we're breathing on God's time, and like that's now.
Yeah. And don't you think it kind of creates like more angst when you're like, okay, I'm gonna start Monday, I'm gonna start I'm gonna start January 1. Like, then you're like, and for me, I'd be like, I gotta eat everything now. Now I just put myself back like 800 miles. When instead, if I'm like, listen, today I'm just gonna try to eat 80% clean, and I'm gonna allow myself that piece of cheese. So the things I love are cheesecake and dark chocolate. Yeah. So if I'm just gonna allow myself that, and then it tends to be that I'm like, I don't even want it, you know, because you don't know. I think it creates more anxiety around this big thing you're gonna do, and it's not a big thing. It's literally, if we can change our mindset around it. Like, yes, you're changing habits. I grew up a junk food junkie. I was raised by my grandma. She did not give a rip what I ate. I'm talking about, I lived on like those frozen meals. Oh, so disgusting.
The Salisbury steak.
Oh,
we had those too. Sorry, Mom.
I know, sorry if anybody loves them, but I lived on that. canned food and then like Twinkies, ho-hos, sugar, candy. Like that's all I ate. I was drinking Pepsi One all through high school,
Yep.
coffee like this big, full of creamer. Like
Yeah.
my whole life I was a sugar addict. And then finally one day as I got older, actually when I got pregnant, I was like, I don't think this is probably good for the baby. Like I think I should
Right.
probably
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should change some things. And it wasn't like this massive, like stressful thing. It was the idea of looking at yourself and going, holy cow, like I have one machine. I should probably learn how to honor it. I should probably learn how to fuel it well. I
Right.
should probably take care of it because now I'm going to take care of another human. And I want that human to have the best start. And that's when like things started changing for me. So anyway, I'm on a tangent, but I feel like I haven't set a resolution in I don't even know if ever,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know how many people set New Year's resolutions every year around their health?
I feel like, oh, around their health, I feel like I was gonna say I think everybody does
Yeah.
every year someone sets something. I would say it's gotta be more than half that do their health because that's the only thing I ever hear about. I don't ever hear somebody be like, oh, my New Year's resolution have a better marriage. Like I never hear that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I have to tell you one of my New Year's resolutions that had nothing to do with my health. That was kind of an oddball resolution, but I'll save that for a little later.
okay.
Like,
Okay.
tune in later, right?
How many people do New Year's resolutions around
Right.
health?
I looked it up today. 74, and I honestly feel like that number's probably should be higher,
Higher.
but 74%. Now,
Higher.
when you look at that, how many do you think actually like reach, rock, and maintain it? Like they complete the resolution that they set in front of them before the new year?
Like, so I'm gonna go 80-20 rule 20%.
Huh.
I'm gonna,
I would wish that it would be 20%. Like that would
it's
be
gotta be
incredible.
low.
It's 9. 9%.
This is my point.
Yeah.
Why are we doing
Why are
this?
we setting them?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah. I think a lot of times too, so there's so much noise. Like you and I have both been in this industry for what do we say, like 973 years? We look good,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah.
But we've been in this industry for so long, and I think, I mean, we're both 41, right?
Yeah.
And you look at, is it, you get to a point in your age, is it age or is it you've been around the industry for so long? It's probably both. Like we've walked through like falling into fads and falling into gimmicks and like looking after this shiny thing that's going to change everything if I just do this magic in a bottle. Like, wouldn't it be so great if that was a thing? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's just not real life. But
Yeah.
people are out there marketing to the 200-pound Jamie Summers that was crying in her closet. Like, that's who that's marketed to. So if we're constantly in this yo-yo all year long, trying to figure it out, and then we have New Year's resolution time that gives you a reason to jump on the bandwagon of, okay, this time is going to be different. But 9% are actually making it completely different. There has to be a shift here. Like, it's just things out there that are marketed. I'm going to just call a spade what a spade is. It's not marketed with our best health in mind. It isn't. It's marketed for that money to go in their pocket. And it's ridiculous to me to see that that's the world that we live in. You know, I mean,
It's
that,
actually brilliant marketing because they've even whoever started New Year's resolutions and all that stuff, like we know that the health and wellness industry is in the billions. Like
oh yeah,
it's like routine that they know. Everybody knows everyone's going to join a gym. Everybody knows everybody's going to get their stuff. Everybody knows everyone's going to, get their new workout gear. Like literally every manufacturer and every business is going to rock it if we just keep pumping this message of new year, new you, blah, blah, blah. Well, how about new day, new you?
right, right.
It's not this big monster time that like all of a sudden, we go from December at midnight to January and all of a sudden everything's going to click. It's
Right.
such a process. And I think
Right.
the bigger battle is up in our mind and changing and
100%.
shifting our perspective. That's honestly why I'm excited to do this with a group of women and burn down this idea of New Year's resolutions and really
Right.
flip the switch in their mind to where they can start now, start
Right.
today, and make those small changes that last a lifetime where you never have to make a New Year's resolution again. You never, around your health,
Around
you
your
never
house.
have to wonder, you know?
Right.
You can
Right.
make those little shifts and realize like the big end goal of you sticking to this New Year's resolution is the daily little choices you are going to make. So why would you postpone those?
Right.
Why?
Right.
For one holiday in November and one holiday in Christmas? What are
Right.
we doing? Where is the logic here? And
Right.
I'm just like pumped to tear it all down because I
Burn
think
it.
it's all nonsense and I think it's setting people up for failure. And how good is your confidence if you're 41 and say you didn't have the success you had, Jamie, and 200-pound Jamie is still there after all these years setting the same freaking resolution and
Right.
failing.
Right.
You're not going to gain confidence doing that. You're not going to walk away from all the stuff answers you're trying to consume. So in my opinion, it's consumerism. It's literally set up for us to continue to consume something outside of us that we need versus looking inside and getting that coaching of mindset and getting that proper nutrition that fuels your cells so you're not craving things,
Right.
so you're not, leaning into poor choices,
Right.
and changing your circle so you're around people that are all doing it with you.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at, okay, so putting the mindset back on, okay, why do we keep making these same resolutions with the same outcome? Like, and the same outcome is we're going to be making them again next year because something isn't working. But can we just call that what it is? It's not working. So how do we make that shift in perspective of like, I'm just so over the noise. Like let's set the noise aside, break through it, burn the damn thing,
Burn it.
and change our freaking lives. Like,
Mm-hmm.
period. The end. We don't need all these fancy things. And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times it's, you look at 9% are actually completing it. People are still getting frustrated through the process. I'll take it one step further. It said 23% of people quit within their first week.
Are you kidding me?
23%. And then 43% it said quit by the end of January. 43% are like, I'm out. It's because what they're working isn't working. And you know what I had to realize in my journey is I did everything. I was eating healthy. I was working out like a crazy person almost every single day, right? And I was taking vitamins, like tons of vitamins, drinking protein shakes, like doing all the things you're supposed to do. But yet I was stuck, frustrated in a plateau, couldn't lose any weight. And I had to realize it wasn't my work ethic that was the problem. And I think somebody needs to say that to people. And I
Mm-hmm.
wish I had someone in my corner back then and be like, girl, it's not your work ethic. It's what you're doing is not working. And it has more to do with what you're not getting. Does that make
So,
sense?
yeah,
Like it's
absolutely.
just, but all these people are out there like, oh, until this launched, like this like cured everything. But then
Yeah,
6 months later, they're gonna say the same thing when their next product drops.
yeah.
It's just,
And
it's
talk
all
about
marketing.
the desperation like you talked about. I was actually with my husband last night. We were watching football, and the commercial for Wegovy or something came on,
Oh
and it
yeah,
was, and even my husband, who's like, this is, health and wellness isn't his jam. He's an Italian. He loves to eat, like whatever.
yeah.
He's watching this commercial, and he's like, I don't understand how they're getting away with this. Like, it's saying you could die. Like, if you experience this symptom, contact your doctor right away. And then it lists off every single terrible symptom you could ever experience. And
While the
we
video
have
is
them.
probably smiling people, like super happy, looking healthy, and like loving their life, and like really,
Yeah.
really quiet, may cause this. Da, 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 da. But they're trying to paint a picture. It's marketing.
And so it's crushing my heart. It really has like my heart and soul and that mission inside, like you already know, to just break through the noise and really help women, especially mothers who just have, it's like the one more thing on your plate, right? Like the most bizarre thing about being a mom is that, excuse me, most of us, I feel like, put ourselves last. We're
100.
piling all these things and everybody's needs and all this stuff on our plate. And at the same time, like, you feel like you can't put one more thing on your plate, but the one more thing you are choosing because you are trying to feel better is like so stressful because it's going to create so much more havoc because it's some BS answer that somebody marketed to you to lie to you. So now you're like adding five more things to your plate versus like stripping it away and going like, let's get to basics. Our bodies are freaking phenomenal machines. If you actually just have a Lamborghini. You can't put a Lamborghini. I tell my kids this all the time. You can't put water in a Lamborghini and expect it to drive the way that it was made to drive. It won't
Yeah.
do it. And we would be like, if I did that, if I put water in my Lamborghini and I'm calling you crying like my car isn't working, like it's not driving fast, like it only hits this speed. You'd be like, Monique, you're an idiot. Like you're fueling it with water, right? Like you wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, girl, your poor Lamborghini. Like
Right.
you must have got a lemon.
It's like, no,
No.
you need Fuji water. You need fancy water. Put that in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly. Like, but we do that with our bodies and we put all this crap in it,
mhm.
knowingly or unknowingly. And then we're like, what's wrong with us? Like, why is this broken? Why isn't this working? How come well, because you're not fueling properly and it's not a crazy solution. It's not sexy and it's not something that's like so ridiculously hard. Like you just
Right.
have to treat your body, the machine, the way it's designed to function.
Exactly. Period. The end. But oh my
Yeah.
gosh, could it be that simple?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it is. It's all those marketers out there that want you to think that it's not.
Right.
They want you, like, should we say it? Like, should
Yeah. Say everything. Here we say everything. Jamie, we're
here we
saying
say
it
it
all.
all? We saying it all. Okay, let me get my hair ready for this. I don't want to stick my ass with a needle. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it. I have an 18-year-old daughter, and I was mortified when she overheard me when I was over 200 pounds in the mirror, just crumbling myself inside. And I vocalized, I hate my legs. Because back then, I did hate my legs. Like, I hated everything about everything. Like, trying to get dressed was ridiculous. I was doing acrobats in the room to try and pull my jeans up, and it was just frustrating. And I said that out of my mouth. My daughter was about 5 years old at the time. And a couple days later, I didn't think anything of it, but a couple days later, those same words came out of her mouth about herself. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. What did I do? Like, I had to draw a line. And I gave myself the perspective all the way back then. And I was in my 20s then. That the Jamie Summers that I seen in the mirror was the Jamie Summers that was going to change my life. And I got to start being her hype girl and stop tearing her down because we're the loudest person in our own life because we're always listening. And I needed to change the script. I needed to figure it out. So when you
Amen.
look at that, like, I think a lot of times we get such in that mode of, I don't want to say desperation, but desperation. Like, I would have done anything to get all that weight off me. And I think that the outside industry knows that. And that's
Mhm.
why they try to paint this picture. And if you take a breather and you take a step back, if I would be mortified that my daughter would say that about herself at 5 years old, what happens if she walked in and seen me shooting myself in my butt with a needle and trying to explain that to her? Well, mommy needs to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. And I have
Yeah.
so many people telling me how horrible they feel and how they don't have any appetite and how they're just nauseated all the time. Knowing what you know, and they don't even tell you, they don't lead with how much muscle mass that's going to take down. They don't.
Oh, I know.
40 to 60% lost.
Which is
40 to
unbelievable that
60%.
that's crazy to me that even in like a health market, you could even with good conscience tell people to do that, especially women, because muscle mass for us is so important for
Protects
everybody,
everything.
but for women, for metabolism, for our longevity in the future. And I just feel like it's evil. It's evil. I just think it's so wrong.
Instead of taking a step back and actually looking at someone eyeball to eyeball and like,
It's harder. It's harder. I mean, it's simple, but it's hard. It's harder to look at yourself in the mirror. It's hard to be aware. I mean, the first step, right, is awareness, right? Like where you were aware enough to go, wow, I'm saying this about myself. I'm catching myself. Okay, Jamie, take a step back. Like, here's the awareness. Something's got to change, right? And we have to have that. And for me, I didn't have like the weight loss story, but I would challenge and wonder, maybe somebody will comment below or share as well. Like, I wonder how many women swirl in some capacity around their relationship with food and themselves. So
Huh.
mine was opposite. I was super restrictive all through high school. I was a competitive cheerleader. So I would like eat a carrot and I think my arm just got so fat. Like healthy food even I would eat and be like, and I had like body dysmorphia and I battled it silently, like didn't tell anybody about it, and battled all of that to the point where it was this just obsession and this negative obsession around food. And it wasn't until I was able to, like I said, like I got older and realized like, whoa, like food is so much more than our image. Like if we can look at this from a health standpoint, and I could look at this from a health, like I get one body, how do I keep it healthy longest? You know, how do I make those choices for myself?
Right.
That it wasn't until then that I switched that cycle. But it's an awareness. Like you had the awareness in your situation, and I had the awareness in mine of like, hang on, like something's got to give because you can't go on living like this.
Right.
And I love that you said, you know, you had to like be your hype girl because I always talk about being your own best friend.
Yeah.
And I really truly believe that, you know, like if you're not going to say it to your best friend, if you wouldn't say it like, dang, your legs are fat today, girl. Like if you
Right.
wouldn't say that to your best friend, you better not say it to yourself because
Right.
you really have to be your own best friend.
Absolutely. You're the one that has control of the now of your life, and you can have people that can show you the way, pave it out. Hey, this is how you reach your best health, right? This is what I do every day, all day. This is what you do every day, all day. But we're not in control of waking up and putting their yes first. They are. Just like we're in control of waking up and putting our yes first. Like I think it's taking the headache of this industry off the table. Like let's knock it off. It is
Yeah.
taking the idea that things can be super simple and
Right.
your body's the best hospital in town. There are things we're missing that we can't get from the grocery store, which is 70% ultra processed. Like let's put a pin in that for another day. But
Yeah.
I could go on a tangent right there. And
Yeah.
it's treating your body well. Like you talk about what I love, what you say is love yourself healthy. Isn't that what you say? Love yourself
Yeah.
healthy. Like I love that. It's health to me is a feeling. Like it's not a size. It's not how you look in your jeans. It's not even the confidence that you wear, I would say. I like it's just it's a feeling. I guess confidence is a feeling. So maybe let me put that back on the table. Um but like you don't have any pain, you don't feel sluggish, you don't feel bloated, you don't feel like overwhelmed, you don't have anxiety, like you just feel really awesome, and you're not doing all of the things that are trying to tell you you're going to look awesome. How about look awesome and feel awesome? Like those two should go together, and a lot of things out there don't allow you to feel healthy on your journey to health because it's too restrictive. And when
Right.
you let go of that restrictive ball, because let's be honest, if you are, and this isn't to like say like if you're doing this like it's a like shame. It's not. Like
Right.
I've
No.
been there, you've been there,
Yeah.
different spectrum. Um,
Yeah.
like and we've done those things. But
Right.
it's like remove the noise. You learn from what you've done, and then you get to turn around and be bold about it, share the truth of it, because the truth's the only thing that's ever going to change somebody, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Um, but when you let go of that restrictive ball, I always ask people, like when we have consultations or whatever, I'll ask them, and they're in their like moment of motivation. That's when this industry catches you when you're motivated.
Yeah.
Motivation doesn't last. It will
No.
flee away. Um, so with that being said, it's always like, well, how many days are you gonna work out? I'm gonna work out 7 days a week. Like I'm gonna crush it. It's gonna be amazing, right? And it's like I'll just look and I'll just smile. And I'm like, that's awesome. And then my next question is always, you think you can do that for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's such a weird question. Like, why would someone ask somebody that? And
Right.
you could just see it. And they're like, well, no. Well, here's the thing. If you can't do it for the rest of your life, no matter what it is, working out 7 days a week, taking a shot to lose weight, doing a restrictive diet that tells you to give up all your carbs and use them as tissues to wipe your tears, been there, done that, hate it. Anything like wear these stickers all over your, like whatever it is, eat a cotton ball diet, like whatever it is, can you do that for the rest of your life? If the answer is no, let me follow that question up with, well, how do you expect to keep the results that you achieve from that thing for the
Right.
rest of your life?
Right.
That isn't, because as soon as you let go and you do things that are going to sacrifice muscle, it's literally going to swing all the way over.
Right.
Your body's going to eat itself, which sounds crazy, but that's what happens. Eats its muscle, lowers that metabolism. You're more unhealthy, even though the scale went down, because we're so wrapped up into the whole mindset of let me give so much ownership to tomorrow, and let me give all the ownership to how my goals are going to the whole number on the scale. And that doesn't
Mm,
tell us the whole
oh
story.
my. Yeah, it's so good because that makes me think about also circumstance, right? And again, this is like another one, put a pin in it. We can go round and round about that, but the power of that, like even circling back to resolutions, like we're gonna, what is it? That it's some almost Thanksgiving. So you have like a whole nother 30, 45 days before January 1, and the idea that we're going to like hold off and wait till, well, what if your circumstance completely changes then? Like, what if January 1 isn't actually, now you're going to push it back more? What if you learn on your note to live in the circumstances and not give them the power, but give yourself the power back to
Right.
move through different life situations and circumstances? Because Andy Andrews always says we're on a circle, right? We're either coming into a storm, we're in the middle of a storm, or we're coming out of a storm all the time, all of us,
So
all at
good.
once.
Right.
So, how do we learn to manage our world while in the midst of that circle and create this breakthrough, burn the idea of start, stop, start, stop, stop. Just like I gotta start, stop, start, start, start. Like, and you constantly start, stop, start. Like get rid of that
Right.
and just learn how to balance and fuel in the midst of all those circumstances because they don't own you. You
Yeah.
you own you with the
Right.
decisions and the choices that you're going to make.
Right.
And those decisions are not complicated. You don't have to do 800 things in the morning before 6 a.m.
Cold
Um,
plunge, jump in the
you don't
water.
have to do
I
things that
hate
you
being
tell
cold.
your children to do.
Right.
Like my kids, if I'm teaching them how to be healthy, I'm not teaching them to do all of these wacky, crazy things. So it should be so basic that like your kindergartner could get it. Like eat
Right.
these foods and move your body and hey, play, have fun, get a great group of friends, like a community, and do life.
Right. Absolute mic drop right there. Like, that's what you need to do. My favorite quote, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you. Have I ever shared my favorite quote with you? You know I'm a quote girl. You're a quote girl. Do you know what my favorite one is? Have I ever told you? It's right here. It is, I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday.
Oh, I love that.
It's Eleanor
So that
Roosevelt.
makes me think this is so wild. Literally, you and I are like twins. It's so crazy.
It's
So one
crazy.
of one of my I love that for two reasons. Um, One is the saying that two, and I'm going to give you two because these got me out of my situation. But one was do what you can with what you have where you are today.
So good.
So good.
So good.
Like you don't need all, like just do what you can with what you have where you are today. Just so golden. And you are where you are because of the choices that, or I always say like your circumstances don't define you. You are where you are because of the choices that you've made,
Yeah.
which means that you can be anywhere you want to be because of the choices you will make moving forward.
So good. Oh, that's so good. I think every woman, what is it? Health major here, not an English major, not a math
Woman.
major, woman. All the womans, all the hype girls listening. How about that?
Man.
Woman. We should write that down and put it in front of us every day. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like, show up. That's all you got to do. Okay, so I hope that brought you nothing but high value. Like, literal perspective shifts that you were able to like put in your mindset, some laughs together. I hope that we brought that. We're trying to definitely be that real raw truth that is so needed in this industry. Like it is. It's so needed. But yeah, we hope you grab some things that you can put in your back pocket. We are really looking forward to rocking out a blueprint. Like, let's burn those damn resolutions. Like, it is time to just get to the raw root of everything and change our freaking lives, right? And also, Mo's gonna get a better charger for her computer because it is still dead. And today was day one. But you know what? There are going to be things in our life that happen, ladies, that hurdles, these stumbling blocks, everything that just seems like, it's in my way, so I can't go chase after the thing that I said I wanted to do because this is in my way. Well, you know what? Sometimes we just need to make a pivot. Sometimes we need to have a community of women around us so that they can be like, girl, I got you. We're good. Like, you go find a charger, I'll close this thing out, and we'll see everybody back tomorrow. So with that, we are so honored that you are here. We cannot wait for tomorrow. Let's burn those damn resolutions, and I can't wait for you to hear what we have in store. It is going to be a good series. Like, I'm pumped up about it. So with that, you go have that best day. You go change your life one choice at a time, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.